Alright guys, we're gonna head to town. We're gonna do a post office run. Pick up all our Christmas packages.
Time to get some mail. Mail time.
Stay tuned.
There he is.
Here we go, family. That's how we get mail in Alaska. Hi, buddy.
You ready
Let
to
him smoke.
rock and roll?
Here we go.
Going on a trip? Can you wait?
Hey guys, here we go. We're in the side by side. Everybody, Smokey Bear, Mom, Noah, and Dad. And we are headed to town to get our Christmas packages from the post office. So here we go. We're just leaving our road, heading down the trail to get to town. Here we go. each other.
Yeah, we got married and I hopped in a service truck.
Yeah. Justin was a heavy equipment mechanic. I'll let him tell you a little bit about that.
Yeah, I was an equipment mechanic for about 9 years, 9.5 more accurately. But yeah, I did that for 9.5 years. 3 of it was in the field. We got married and I hopped right in a service truck. And yeah, it was only home for the weekends. If that.
Yeah. So anyway, after getting burnt out from working forever, we both quit high-paying, good jobs. I was a service advisor at a Chevrolet dealership, so I quit that, started working at a ranch, and Justin started doing hardscapes.
I did that for 2 years.
Yeah.
That's some tough work. Kudos to you guys.
Yeah, explain to people what hardscaping is.
Hardscaping is like landscaping. You're just using concrete pavers, concrete wall block, etc., etc. You're building features that have pool lights, water features, other things incorporated into them, retaining walls,
Patios, driveways,
yeah, big stuff.
Stairs.
Yeah.
Did the stairs for the CM Russell Museum. Justin
that's
built
right.
those in Great Falls.
Yeah, me and Cody did that.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. But he did that, and we both tried to work jobs that we're supposed to work less at, and we both ended up working more at both of them somehow. And anyway, we were just pretty much over that life and over the rat race, and wanted to live in the woods. We spent all our time, all of our free time, trying to get out into the woods, into the mountains, into the wilderness, into nature. And we're like, you know what? I just want to live in it. So.
And we do.
Yep. And now we really live in the wilderness.
Yeah, spending your time fighting to get that out into it wasn't enough for Haley and I. We had to live it. So.
Yep. Yep.
We did some heavy looking.
We did. We looked at property all over Montana before we even thought about moving to Alaska, because I had wanted property ever since we got there. We had bought a house when we were 20 in town, and we were young, and it was a fine house, but we wanted our own land. I had horses. It didn't make sense. I was paying for boarding. It was just, yeah. And we looked everywhere in Montana for land, and the cheapest land we could find was 5-acre plot on an old dump, flat, no power, no water, no anything, for $135,000 was the cheapest piece of property anywhere near where we live. So we weren't about to go $1 million into debt to live the life we wanted, and we really didn't want to be in debt, period, dot, anymore. So this was our way to get out of debt. That's what we did. Sold everything we owned. Literally everything you could sell, we sold. And
except the truck. We kept the truck.
Yep. Cashed out on everything. Took that money and ran to Alaska with this crazy dream.
Yeah.
And we did it. We did it. We made it happen. And in 1 year, we got here in April, and by the time it was October, we were in our cabin that we built. But it was really hard.
A warning to all of the risky who want to try this. You better be tough and crazy, because you might put yourself in too close of a call. There's not a lot of time up here to do that dream. And we were very fortunate. So that's my only warning to it. Otherwise, it's a great dream, and it's a hard one. But the simplicity of it makes life worth it.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more. Yeah. There's a lot of... We were actually watching a YouTube video about a guy saying, not to do what we did. And he's not wrong. He's not wrong. We were watching that's valid. There's valid points to every way you do it. You can just jump right in. You can go slow. There's a million ways to get into this kind of life. Even if you just want to start something simple by planting one tomato plant and trying to, get a tomato.
Yeah, anything simple.
There's so many different ways you can start. You don't have to do this crazy jive that we did.
Well, and I don't know if I would never push anybody to that. It's pretty risky. We kind of live a little bit further on the edge than most.
Yeah.
We're not really scared to just throw it to the wind. I mean, straight out of college, we didn't move anywhere familiar.
Yeah.
So it was kind of already in our cards already. But there are wild dreamers out there that have the same mentality. So I don't want to turn anybody away from it and say you can't do it. I just think that there's a lot of people who are misled by people thinking that telling them that they can do it.
Yeah.
And sure, they can. But no one knows what happens behind these cameras. And I can tell you the hours that go into just slamming away and stacking up for firewood for the winter. They're not showing that. I know I don't want to. It's boring. So, and maybe you get it, maybe you won't. So, you can try slow and you can try fast. Each has its benefits and its drawbacks. Ours just was, I feel, more fun. And scary. It was terrifying.
Yeah.
Real world terrifying.
It definitely was. Definitely, I don't think it would have been as bad if, I wasn't pregnant. That was what made everything way scarier. If it was just me and Justin, we're very okay with being uncomfortable. And if you're gonna do this where you have to live in a wall tent, you're gonna be uncomfortable. So if you're gonna do this period, you better be okay with being uncomfortable.
Any kind of homestead from the start. If you don't buy into it and you're just launching, we're just talking from the start.
Yeah.
We didn't buy a homestead. We went straight from city to Homestead, Alaska.
Yeah.
Like,
there was no slow step. It was just straight up dive in the deep end and hope we don't sink.
Yeah, and there still is a high possibility of that. I mean, anything can happen.
Yep.
We do live very far away from real civilization. I mean, the town we live close to has nice amenities, and we are very much appreciative of that. There are definitely homesteaders out there that do it much harder than we do and go way further.
Yeah.
Maybe someday.
Yeah. We are not remote.
No.
We're not remote Alaska.
No.
We're on the road system.
Yeah, that's why we're showing you how we get to town to get the mail right now.
Yep.
Like, this isn't exactly the way we go. We go different ways every time. But that's just who we are. That'll show you a little bit about ourselves.
We like to explore. We like to adventure. We like to go. We like to see everything.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's part of the dream too. And that's what takes you to the place you want to have your homestead. So, I mean, you could add that to things to look at first. What's a cool place you want to live? And then can you homestead it? Now looking at it, what we've done just for what we've done here, I'd love to apply it to other areas of the world. So, we could go on this topic forever.
I know.
We got to hit the road.
Yeah.
Mailboxes are going to close here
Here
soon.
we go. Okay.
So,
I'll show you the road run. Hold on.